What's up guys and welcome back to another video. I thought I'd make this video just because I've had a lot of questions actually in regards to why it's taking so long. I remember telling myself as a joke that if I don't get it done, I'm gonna sell it. You know, that's it. I don't wanna continue with this thing. It's taking way too long if it were to take me more than a year and a half. Now we're going over 3 years and really I've started looking back and wondering, where did I make the mistakes? Was it just out of my control? Was it things that I learned out of this whole process that I would do differently? So I thought I'd just make this video in regards to where it has taken longer than I had planned and why. Just why did it take me, and it's still not even done. It's still not even done and it's been over 3 years. I've learned a lot of things in the last couple years in regards to this whole project, so I thought I'd share that with you guys today. So originally I bought another R34 GTT. It was a black one, fully converted to a GTR as well. That was originally going to be the project that I was going to convert. Officially I was going to drop an RB26 in that one because it had an RB25 Neo in it. And it was awesome. It was an awesome car, low kilometers. It had all this stuff that I have on this car pretty much is from that black one. And that's actually originally where, like, when I found this car, I told myself, okay, you know what, I already have sort of a base out of this black one. It's all OEM stuff. I don't have to go hunting around for expensive parts. Obviously you guys would know that R34 GTR stuff is expensive and hard to get your hands on. So I already had that black car as pretty much as a donor. What I did is I told myself, if I can find an all-wheel drive system to sort of have that base platform to build that GTR replica, I can go along with that. Once I saw this one come up for sale, I knew exactly what I was looking for. I was looking for the GT4. I knew it was hard to come across, and seeing this one up for sale just literally a couple weeks after I was talking about it with a couple friends, saying that it'd be awesome to come across one. Find this one, I go take a look at it. The struts were rusty, there was some interesting history behind it, but the price was pretty decent. So obviously if you guys seen my videos, I had to replace the strut towers and all that. But that was all fine because it was such a cheap price that I really didn't care about it. I told myself, okay, if I can get this for a decent price and sell the black one, take all the stuff that I need off the black one, I'm golden pretty much. I pretty much do a swap, I send it all off, do some body work. At that point, actually, when I bought this car, I thought I was just going to use the fiberglass rear quarters. I had them with me in the garage at the time, I remember. And I was like, okay, well, it shouldn't be that long of a process. People have done this before. It takes about a month. So then in September of 2016, I buy this car. And I told myself, okay, I'll just drive this car. And then once I sell the black car, then I'll have some funds back. And I can start planning to order some stuff. But prior to that, make a plan. What do I need out of this? And, what do I got to order? How much would it actually cost me? What do I have and what do I not have? I know I had pretty much the interior of a GTR, that's why I had the MFD. The interior was pretty much all GTR, the center consoles, all that stuff. The only thing I didn't have was the front seats. I had the rear seats, but not the front seats. So that's why I'm still in the hunt to find some front seats for this car. So I sold the black GTT in February of 2017. But prior to that, I had to make sure that I did all the complete swap. Just brought it back to a GTT looking car, not anything half-assed. The car was an awesome car no matter what. At times actually I still think about that. Did I make a mistake by just not building that one, but not even keeping that one? It had an RB25 Neo, awesome motors. Some people say actually it's even better than an RB26. Did I already have a strong platform? And to me it was already kind of like a converted GTR, and I didn't really have to do much to the car. I would just have to, if I wanted in blue or whatever color I decided to, I could just do a color swap on that car. So sometimes I do question that, but at the end of the day, it wouldn't have been an all-wheel drive system. Do I need an all-wheel drive system? Either way, they're both going to be replicas. They're not going to be a legit GTR. So it's not like you're fooling anyone. If someone were to ask me, is it a GTR? You say absolutely not. You don't lie to people about that. Then you're a poser. But either way, if you're putting badges on a car, you are a poser. So having that black one really made it a lot easier for me to build this car, and that was at the beginning of the phase where it was pretty much just, okay, what I need from this black one and what I'm going to need to continue on this project with another car. So once I had this car completely stripped, I knew that I had to send it off to a body shop. By this point, looking at the fiberglass ones and looking actually at a car that had the fiberglass ones, I knew that this wasn't the route that I wanted to take. I knew that it looked very obvious that it was fake. The rear quarters on GTTs that put the fiberglass rear quarters are very choppy. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go with factory rear quarters. I'll order those in. A local guy actually helped me out bringing those in for me, so thank you to him. Once they came in, at that point I had already had the car sent out to the guy that was doing all the body work. So that was of April of 2017. the car was at the shop and I had picked up all the recorders and I dropped them off. So from April of 2017 to the rest of the year, his main focus was to get the rear quarters done. Now, our plan was to get the rear quarters done within 2 months. I remember the plan was. So once it got dropped off, the rear quarters were supposed to be done within 2 months. And then in the same time when I had dropped off the rear quarters, I had also ordered in from Nissan the strut towers. So they're actually like factory 3-piece strut tower replacements. 4 months later, Nissan tells us that they're discontinued, and now I'm on the hunt for strut towers. But at the same time, I also got a guy who's doing body work, also asking where the parts are because he's got another project that he could use the space for. So then it also happened so perfectly that within a week from that point, I'd come across a guy locally who was scrapping an R34 GTR and took his strut towers, which obviously I realized that R33 and R34 strut towers are the same for you guys if you guys are to replace them. So you guys know, we were still waiting for side skirts, still waiting for a bunch of other parts that I needed. There's a few things that I couldn't come across. The one main thing that was really pissing me off was the side skirts. Nissan was telling me that they're going to hunt them around because although they're discontinued at the time, this is what the local one was telling me, although they're discontinued, they're going to see if they can come across another Nissan location that maybe has them in stock or something. So I waited a few months for that, and then they happened to tell me that they're actually officially discontinued and there's nothing in stock. So then I had to resort to fiberglass ones. Fiberglass ones come in and they were horrendous. The ones I had were so bad that they were not even worth using. So then I had to order another set. So at this point it's November 2017, and I had purchased a place and I'm moving in now. So now my main focus was obviously not the project itself, was to actually just move into the place. If you guys remember in the older videos, it was with the bad editing. It was from that older garage into this garage, obviously that I'm at right now. It was that transition within the first couple months, and getting the garage set up, and making sure that once the car comes back, that it's I got space for it, because usually when you move into a place, you just store all your stuff in the garage, and then you spread it around amongst your rooms. So I did that, organized the garage. I was actually gonna make a video on that, but then I thought, no, once you see a messy garage, it's pretty boring. But anyways, then of January of 2018, the car comes back here with spray putty. The car's spray puttied. We're still waiting for parts, and instead of it taking up space at the guy's body shop or garage that he does all this body work, I said, just let's just tow it here. Once all the parts come in, then we'll send it back out. Once the car was here, I tinkled with the car a little bit. I think I sprayed like gravel guard underneath the car. But in the meantime, at the same time, I was also just doing all the rental inside the house. If anyone has done rentals before, knows that it takes up a lot of your time and it's quite time consuming. So I didn't really want to focus on the car itself, because working and doing rentals, you're exhausted. You don't, even if you had time, you don't have the energy to work on your car. And so a lot of time went by just by passing up the car and doing other stuff. So then the parts came in, fenders came in, some other stuff came in that we needed, and space opened up, and we lined up our time where I towed the car back to his place. From August 2018 to December 2018, so 4 months, it was pretty much making sure that side skirts are prepped, fenders are done, the rest of the car spray putty, blocked, and it was pretty much ready for paint. All of that was pretty much on time as planned, but then we had to wait for and make sure that everything was ready for paint and the paint would be available. Planned the car to get painted for end of February, March-ish time. So we ended up doing that. We ended up painting it first week of March. Like I said in the other video, first weekend was for the inners, take it back to the garage, he blocked the complete car after with primer, and then the following week, I think it was not the following week, but the weekend after, was the complete car itself. So that's what we did, and that was pretty much all of March. So once the car was complete, that was it. Now the car is done. Now it's pretty much out of someone else's hands. Now it's in my hands, in my control. Now it's pretty much making sure I have everything lined up. Do I have the motor ready? Do I have everything I need? And let's just put the car together. So, but then in April, I went on a trip. I went to Morocco for a friend's wedding. So that was an awesome time. And then once we got back, I still had to continue back with doing some more rentals. The rentals felt like it was never ending, but it had to get done because when you get back to your place and you look at it, and it's really was itching my eyes. So I really wanted to just, head down and just get it done, sort of like forget about it. So really focus on the rentals to get it done. And I did a couple other trips of summer of 2019 that sort of distracted me away from, focusing on the car. Summertime, instead of sitting down and, buckling and working on this car, it's a nice gorgeous day. You want to go enjoy yourself, you want to go to the beach and you want to go hang out with friends, have a drink or whatever, right? It's really hard to focus. You sort of lose that motivation too. And, after a couple of years already, you lose that motivation where you want to see that car done. You start putting it in the back of the garage and saying, you just walk past and not even care. And it got sort of sad where you forget about how much you wanted this thing, and then all of a sudden you don't care for it anymore. It's collecting dust. The car's painted, but you don't care to see it, drive anymore. At one point I was debating and just selling it as a complete, just, get rid of it. I don't want it. Get rid of it. It was taking too long. It was hard to find the motivation to get it done, actually. And then I just told myself one day, I was like, what, I got this one piece, I can't remember what it was, and let's just put it together. I did that, and then all of a sudden it just sparked something, and then I led to something else, and then something else, and then a friend came, helped me with an engine, and then all of a sudden it was just like that domino effect. So, what? I got this again. Let's put this actually thing together. But let's not mess around. Let's not go get distracted. And that was during the winter time of 2019. Now, 2019, 2020, as you guys may know, that 2020 has become sort of a crazy year. For some good, for some bad. Some have, some have lost jobs. If you guys are still working, that's awesome. I find that with all this quarantine stuff, all your projects and your goals that you've set for yourself, take this time to accomplish something, to get something done. And I asked myself, okay, well, I think I've told myself that I wanted to get done for 2020. If you can't do it now with no distractions and, nothing, telling you to go out and do stuff when really you can't, what are the few things that you actually want to accomplish? I told myself, well, I want to see this car actually look like a car. I want to upload a little more videos on YouTube because the videos I've uploaded before were not the greatest and the editing was horrible. One thing I want to say though is when I was trying to make those videos while the car was doing all the body work, the guy at the body shop, he didn't want his garage exposed, which is in all respects, it's his place. People have certain rules, and I'm not there to be disrespectful. So he's like, hey, listen, I don't want the camera in my face. I don't want to be in the videos. I don't want my garage being part of your videos. And I said, yeah, whatever, that's fine. Those are your rules. That's how you feel. It is what it is. But it was hard for me to upload videos. It was hard for me to make, decent content where I can actually show what's going on and what's happening. All the stuff was happening out of my time when I was there. So it was pretty much just me making videos, if you guys remember, close-up shots of the car itself and nothing happening. And then I would have to explain things that I don't know what happened. So that was, I could have maybe explained it a little better on my end. I could have maybe asked him, wrote it down, been a little more organized on my end. And so I apologize in that sense. So now we're in May 2020 and the car pretty much is rolling. It's fine. It's good to go. I have plans for next weekend to get it sent out, to get it turned on and tuned within the next couple of days. That's why I'm going to be taking off the front end. I got to take off the front end so I can drop the motor in. Ideally, what you want to do and what I've been told is when you drop in an RB26, RB engine, I guess, so in general, you want the transmission to be mounted on and pretty much just tilted down on an angle. Jack up the car so you have enough space underneath the car so you're not scraping the transmission, and then just tuck it underneath. Pretty much just maneuvering it by inch. But because I don't have enough space, enough height clearance to do it all at once, I'm gonna have to drop the engine from the front and then the transmission from underneath. I'm gonna have a friend helping me out because the transmission is not the lightest, so we're gonna have to do that together. And that's gonna be happening this weekend on my time, uploading a video within the next week or so for you guys to see how that all worked out. Anyways, if you guys have any more questions, leave a comment below. And if you guys like this video, smash that like button. And I'll see you guys in the next one.